30 seconds. Formula 2 drivers, you now have 20 seconds and the flag is up. Let's see who leads first. Lee Daniels gets a good start. Look at Terry Ricker from the back of the pack, already up to the second spot. He moves over on his countryman there. That is the number 33 of Rob DiNicolantonio. And Rinker, I believe, is already in the lead from last to first before they got to the first turn. Now Rinker around the outside. He wasn't wasting any time, folks. Terry Rinker comes around now. The timers start right now. Look at the battle for that second spot. On the outside, Lee Daniel. On the inside, look at DiNicolantonio. He's got the inside line, the fastest way around the race course. He takes over the second spot. Lee Daniels back to third. Herb Bjork in fourth. Dana Tomes in fifth. Rinker around turn number 4 down the front stretch, completing lap number 1. 15 laps to go here in heat number 2. Rob DiNicolantonio now on the outside. Lee Daniels trying to move to the inside. But look at what Rob DiNicolantonio did, folks. He was on the outside, right? When he got to that buoy, he dove right to the buoy. What did that make Lee Daniels do? It made Lee Daniels run over his weight, slowed him down a little bit. That's allowed to be done here on the race course. As long as you have a full boat length advantage, you can do that to your competitor. Terry Rinker's out so far in front, he don't care where he goes. Coming off the turn, the number 2 of Lee Daniels. Motors down that back stretch. Look at the hard charge by number 32, Merv Bjork. Merv had some great mid-range power there. Moved up a little bit on the number 2 of Lee Daniels. Lee Daniel holds Merv Bjork off this time by. Look at Merv with a great turn on 1 and 2. Moves on the inside. He's going to battle for that third spot. Keep an eye on the number 32. Merv Bjork with the cat-like reflexes. Watch when he goes down into that turn number 1. Lee Daniels on the inside. Now Merv on the outside. Watch how Merv turns to that number 1 buoy. Goes right at it. Snaps that 90-degree turn. Back on the throttle. Looks like he lost a little bit of time that time by. 4 laps already in. 11 more to go. Our assistant referee from Bay City, Michigan, folks. We're past, when we go past 10 laps, he's got to take his shoes off and start counting on his right foot. DiNicolantonio goes by on the inside of Dana Tomes. Something's got to be wrong with the Dana Tomes motor. I think he's got some trim troubles, folks. The motor is not up to speed, number 1, and it looks like the trim may be broke on the number 22, the trick shot entry of Dana Tomes. Here comes Delina completing lap number 6. Terry Rinker out of Tampa, Florida. Rob DiNicolantonio is trying to run it down with a long way to go to catch Rinker right now. Six laps in. Now it is 7 laps in, 8 more to go. Terry Rinker out of Tampa, Florida, at the wheel of the Amsoil machine. You know what they say about Amsoil, folks. First, it's synthetic. In the second spot, you want to fight a good one? Fight a Bubba Burger right there, number 33. In the third spot, the number 2, the Washington State Community College sponsored entry. Lee Daniel at the wheel. Then it's the number 32 of Merv Bjork out of Zimmerman, Minnesota. 8 laps in, 7 more to go. stretch over to turn 3 and 4. He is staying off those buoys. Remember, if you hit a buoy, it is a 1-lap penalty and a $50 fine. So Rinker's just going to run wide, stay away from the buoy, stay away from the other boats. Running a smart race at this juncture. Formula 3, we need you in the staging lanes. Formula 3, we need you guys motoring down to the staging lanes immediately. Rinker goes by, puts a lap on the number 22 of Dana Tone. Now, most people would say, why don't Dana pull off the race course if something's wrong with the motor? They're not going to be able to fix it right now. Stay out there, get as many laps as you can, and get as many points as you can. So Dana's running a smart race. Now it sounds like the motor's running pretty good, and it looks like the trim has kind of come back in. For that third spot as the number 32 of Mervyn York gets closer and closer to the number 2 of Lee Daniel. So your leader out of Tampa, Florida, second place boat, the Bubba Burger entry out of Lakeland, Florida. Third place boat out of North Augusta, South Carolina. Fourth place boat out of Zimmerman, Minnesota. And the fifth place boat out of West Virginia. So now, folks, you can look at all of these states that we called out. How much money does this race bring into town? Somewhere between 300 and 400 people just with the race teams. Race officials coming from Atlanta, Georgia, Las Vegas, Nevada, Bay City, Michigan, New Martinsville, West Virginia, and of course, New Orleans, Louisiana. Great turn by number 2, Lee Daniel. Look at Merv York right behind. Merv not giving up. 13 laps in, 2 to go. Wild to Nickel Antonio, just finding some smooth water. Staying in that second spot. Obviously, he's going to qualify second. But remember, we have another fleet of boats coming up. He could be anywhere from 2nd to 4th on the starting dock tomorrow afternoon's main event. White flag is out this time by for the number 10 of Terry Rinker. Rinker flies the boat into turn number 1, over to turn number 2. Down the back stretch, the number 10 goes. It's the black and white Hands Oil sponsored entry out of Tampa, Florida. Terry Rinker, the winningest powerboat racer of all time that still drives at the wheel. Arguably the number 1 tugboat pilot in the United States today. Checkered flag will come out this time by for the number 10 of Terry Rinker. Second place goes to the number 33 of Rob DeNicola Antonio. Look at that referee, folks. Look at that wave that he's doing. Is that, oh, such athleticism. Look at that. He's